Welcome to the JALTCALL podcast. This episode is a collection of short interviews by attendees at the JALTCALL 2025 conference held at Tokyo University of Science. Enjoy the show. Can I ask your name?
My name's Naomi.
Naomi, and which institution do you work at?
At Kawasaki Medical School in Okayama.
Okayama, right.
I used to teach at the school where she teaches now.
And so today, was there any presentation that you went to that you maybe stood out for you or you enjoyed?
The keynote was interesting.
Oh, the first one.
On the first one.
At 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
That was my presentation.
That was your presentation. So what was your presentation about?
It was about using AI to give feedback to students in a writing class.
Writing class?
Yes, actually I'm just the sub researcher. My colleague is the main
What level of writing was it?
It's for first year students in Okayama University. So the students were kind of lower intermediate, I think I would say.
Right, okay. So I teach lots of writing classes, first year, second year, third year. When we give feedback, we start with peer feedback first, then teacher feedback second, and then AI feedback third.
What kind of AI do you use?
So we have a university or a faculty approved prompt that we have curated, and we allow the students to use that exact prompt for doing their final. So it means that the students are getting 3 different types of feedback. So they get their peer feedback, which gives them a chance to kind of like defend it at the initial stage. The teacher feedback, so it's hinting more towards like where you should be going, and then the final AI feedback is really kind of like a last chance kind of like filtering of tidying up at the end.
On the same written board.
On the same written work. So usually first brainstorming, first outline, and then first draft, second draft, and final. How many iterations do you have on one?
So the students were using Write and Improve, which is
Write and Improve. Right, I just came out of a presentation where they were at that's Cambridge University.
Yes,
Write
that's
and Improve.
right. Uh-huh. So the students were asked to submit their written work into Write and Improve for a total of 9 tasks, I believe.
Right, and it's quite limited feedback on Write and Improve.
Yeah, right. So yeah.
Described as quick and dirty by some.
Very surface level, right? 'Cause
Surface level.
It only tells you, grammar or
Right.
spelling or
Simple correction of errors.
sentence structure, and whatever.
Right.
And then the students had to submit a reflection log on their experience.
Right.
The feedback.
Right.
And then the last writing task was done by human teachers, so
Right.
me and my colleague.
Right.
That was another part of the research project, which we didn't talk about today.
Right. And how do your students respond to this way of working?
With the writing.
Yeah.
They're like art.
It seemed that the lower level students became a little more sophisticated with their feedback.
Sophisticated,
So,
great.
with
Right.
their comments.
Right.
Spanish, like Spanish.
That helps them become a better peer reviewer.
So yeah. So my researcher's point, my colleague's point was that AI is good to help support students, but the human touch is also very important, not just from the teachers, but also between students. Okay, she was the main reason.
Yeah.
She's the one who's doing all the statistical analysis.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much today. Thank you. Thank you. Visit Ego AI today. When you contact Ego AI, mention you heard them on the JALTCALL podcast. Hi. So can you tell us your name and what institution you work at?
My name's Paul Daniels, and I'm at Kochi University of Technology, small prefectural engineering school.
Right. So Kochi, just the last day or so, was almost washed out.
Was it?
Yeah, there was terrible rain in Kochi. So when I left Nagoya, there was.
Well, we always get severe weather there, so it doesn't faze me.
It's not that big a deal.
It's just another day. Kochi.
I used to live there.
Oh, really?
About 15 years ago.
Okay.
Down in Chicago.
Nice place.
There's lots of Australians there because of the surfing.
Okay, yeah.
So today you did a poster. Can you tell us just like what your poster was about?
Yeah, like most other themes here, it was on generative AI, but focusing more on the evaluative aspects of it, how we can evaluate speaking. So there's been a lot of presentations about AI in writing, AI as a speaking with the chat, but I'm mainly focused on how AI can help us evaluate our students' speaking abilities.
Okay, sounds great. And was there any other poster or other presentation that you saw today that maybe made you think that it was quite interesting or memorable?
Yeah, there was a great presentation. I can't remember the title of it, but there was a presentation that was doing a very similar thing I'm doing, is evaluating students' fluency in the classroom as they do communicative tasks face to face, human to human, and then using AI to evaluate their fluency, their speaking fluency.
All right. Okay. And so you have been a long-term member of JALTCALL.
Very long.
But you alluded before that you've been away for a few years. So what brought you back to JALTCALL this time?
Just kind of miss seeing people and the intellectual discussions that you can have. Of course, being out in the countryside in Japan, we don't have that much stimulation, and of course a lot of things are online now, so you could communicate with people, but we tend to lose that human contact with people. So it's nice to reunite with people like you.
Thank you very much. Well, safe travels back to Kochi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Visit Ego AI today. When you contact Ego AI, mention you heard them on the JALTCALL podcast. Right, okay. Yeah, so I am the producer of the JALTCALL podcast, and so we're just asking some people about their experience with the conference today. So can you tell us your name?
Oh my God, really? My name is Katlinde.
And which educational institution are you with?
I'm at Osaka University.
So you're here at JALTCALL 2025. Today's Saturday. Were there some presentations or some posters that you saw today that stuck out and you could remember?
Well, I've learned more about gamification, what's the effect, how it can be used in language education, and how it works out in classes.
So did you present yourself?
No, I don't. I'm here for the first time, so I can barely switch on.
So you're not a member of JALTCALL SIG?
Not the SIG, no.
Right.
No.
Okay. And so, will you be here tomorrow for some more of the presentations?
Yes.
So what are you looking for when you come to a JALTCALL conference?
To get more information about AI and how it's used and its impact. I don't really like it, but I want to be informed what it is.
Informed decisions.
Yes.
And so, are you using AI in your teaching?
Because I'm teaching beginners, complete beginners. beginners, and there I want that they get used to the meaning of words and to the weight of words that they actually teach, because it's conversational, and I don't want them to put them in front of a machine. Maybe this is really something for the higher levels, I thought, of the higher language levels, but not really in the first, when you start saying thank you and hello and all this,
So some people, including myself, think that in the first year of university that we should not be teaching AI tools to first years, because we should be doing fundamentals and basics. When do you think AI would?
What they look for anyway is the pronunciation. This is helpful for the beginners. They have some tools where they, maybe with Google Translate.
Google Translate.
Yeah, so that they can hear the pronunciation of certain words, and they use this tool, and I think it's good.
Right. And so
it helps, and maybe also translation software anyway, and then I'm not forbidding it, but I'm saying you have to be careful, because it's not everything correct, and you have to learn the knowledge how to analyze it, if that can be correct at all, or if it's a mess. Then they learn that the subject is a problem. So say the subject the Japanese don't, and then you have funny texts in German.
So in your personal life, are you using AI in any way?
I try to avoid it. I'm afraid of it, and I don't know where I am, so sometimes when it's a completely new field and I think, I'm blending here in the AI, I cannot judge if this is correct or if it's a lie. If it's, how do you say, fake news or fake whatever, and this is a bit scary.
And in your life, how many languages are you working with?
Teaching or?
So just in your general...
well, in general life, I'm working with French and Spanish and English and German.
Right.
French, English, German on a regular basis.
And where are you originally from?
Austria.
Austria? Right, like Wien or...
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for...
Okay.
Your job. Thank you. Visit Ego AI today. When you contact Ego AI, mention you heard them on the JALTCALL podcast. So we're just hopefully trying to record a few snippets that we can put together as a kind of review of JALTCALL 2025. Yeah. So can you tell us your name?
My name is Mark Riley.
And which institution are you at?
Shinshu University.
Shinshu University, right, okay. And yourself?
And I am Michael Barr from Kyoto University of Foreign Studies.
All right, okay. And so how many times have you come to JALTCALL Conference?
Maybe 4, maybe 5.
4 times?
More than 3 and less than 6.
Less than 6, right, okay. So were you here for the workshops on Friday night?
Yes.
I was not. I had my final classes on Friday night and missed them, unfortunately, but my favorite workshop was rescheduled until today.
On Saturday?
It was rescheduled, yeah.
Right, okay. So you did a workshop today. Can you just give us a short summary of what your workshop was about?
Yeah, it's about extensive reading and AI. I think most of the presentations seem to be about AI. We're developing a system that will produce stories using AI, and the stories are at the right level and the right topic for students.
Right, and so you're working with Gary Ross on that project?
Yes.
Right, and of course, like Gary is the owner of Edzilla, which was the platform. So Gary does a lot of projects. So you've got another conference coming up soon, yeah?
We have a conference in Sapporo with the Extensive Reading World Congress in September.
And so if somebody was interested in going to that conference, like how would they get about getting there?
I'd probably aeroplane.
So, but
you can get a boat.
They would be too late for applying to present.
The presentations is closed, but it's still open for attendees.
Right. Okay.
And when is that held?
It's in Sapporo in September. Around the 5th, 6th.
So maybe a bit cooler than it is here in the mainland.
A bit cool, yeah. I think so. I hope so.
So today there were several presentations. I know you saw our own presentation, the JALTCALL podcast. What other presentations or any posters that you saw maybe kind of like caught your eye?
I was particularly interested with the podcast presentation because I think leveraging technology for better communication is really good. But not only that, I'm not only saying that because you were doing the podcast presentation. But I was introduced to a couple of other new technologies and platforms today that I hadn't heard of before. One that's being used a lot in China, which is more open than some other platforms that are closed down. That's Dojo. Yeah.
Dojo.
So I found that quite interesting.
So you have been working on a number of different projects over the last few years. I met you 2 years ago in Hilo in Hawaii.
That's
and
correct.
You were doing a COIL project, was that right?
So my area of interest is international communication and group projects of various kinds. I was doing quite a bit with COIL before, but the project we were talking about today was combining the best things we can get from analog projects. That means real-world collaboration, pen and paper type stuff, with the things that we can benefit from using digital technologies and AI analysis to get the most.
Right, so of course, like COIL's all about technology. So you're involved in COIL, you're involved with extensive reading. How much do you think we're bringing in more tech, or we're kind of like pushing it out?
I think it's always technology is. I think a lot of human culture is mostly about technology and all the major human developments.
So it's like ubiquitous, right?
Going back to like speaking is a technology, language is a technology,
right?
Writing is a technology.
Right.
Well, and most disruptive technologies have been those that upended the way of doing things.
It's always a mediation of how, and all technologies have dangers and opportunities, and it's all just a dialogue between like how do you navigate so that you're getting the best out of this technology. And the whole, I think it's so I think the big thing now is AI, and we're all trying to work out how do we use this without destroying everything.
So if we go back to the 1930s, well, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, there was a lot of what we call assistive technologies, but they were mostly things like maybe for the deaf or for the blind, for people with physical disabilities and things like that. So now, do you feel that AI is giving us like an extra kind of crutch that we need or don't need? Like, do you think that there's technology that's maybe it's become too much? It's become like obtrusive.
Well, that's a tricky one. You can be a doomsday tech pessimist or an optimist. I think a lot of the people here are optimists.
Of course.
And I would like to think that much in the same way that computers didn't destroy books and books didn't destroy songs and plays, I don't think AI is going to upend everything, but it can be used as an additive. That's what we were talking about today. AI in and of itself, as our keynote speaker said, doesn't actually feel or have agency, right? But as good communicators, we can leverage it to get more.
Right. So the project that you're working on now, the kind of like scrapbooking.
Yeah.
So obviously that's blended with technology
and the physical media that our students are working with can be analyzed, and we can get more out of it by analyzing it with AI and ChatGPT particularly, to find patterns, to find examples, to encourage students to write better stories. That type of thing is kind of where we want to go. We want good communicators, right? And more data more information helps people become better communicators. Just like with reading, right?
Yeah. I think there's a for creativity. There's a danger that I think the biggest danger is that people will just be creating with AI and lose the ability to create without AI. So, like writing stories, for example. But having said that, people said that about typewriters, that you shouldn't use a typewriter to write because the rhythm of the typewriter disrupts the natural rhythm that you get when writing with a pen. So these discussions are not new. But I think there's just a potential for a lot more production, a lot more creative production, which I don't think it's a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to mean we're going to get a lot more of everything, and there's also going to be more human creative stuff. I just hope that just a lot of the boring stuff they can think there's for things like these are academic publication. I've been to talks about academic publication, and also like teachers. The biggest worries at the beginning are how do I stop my students from using this? And the more pertinent question is how do we use this to not have to do all the boring stuff that we have to do. Like for example, for academic journals, for me the big question is how can we use this to improve the review process and the editing process,
right?
So that when people try and publish something,
it's an effective tool.
It doesn't take 6 months for things to get out and to print.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mark. And thank you all listeners for joining us on the JALTCALL podcast. They were interviews held on the Saturday during the coffee break and also at the dinner reception on the Saturday evening. We look forward to you joining us again later in the month. We'll have studio talk. Stay tuned on JALTCALL podcasts.